right there. Hold up. They're my dog. They're my twin. They're my cuz. They're my girl. They're my...
Greetings, ladies and gentlemen. Today I will be talking you guys through my 5 key talking points on the iPhone 15 Pro in the day in the life of a videographer and how it really affects my workflow. But before we get into that, here's the behind the scenes of how we are shooting this video right now. Today's setup looks like this. We have the light over here, my laptop over here for the script. We've got my camera, I'm using a normal P2 Panasonic, different light, another light, and all my cables are running from here. It is a bit messy. Apple ships the phone with a nice little box. You see the box is very slim, and all you get out of the phone is the thing that peels off. It's this nice little white braided cable. It goes just a white braided USB-C to USB-C cable. Let me show you now. Just a nice little USB-C to USB-C cable. That's all you get. That's it. There's some Apple stickers in these documents just to clarify that you're the owner of the phone. That's about it. A small box, a nice cable, and it's USB 2.0. It's not USB 3.0, which is a very key point in terms of file transfer. But moving on, let's start with the setup. When you're setting up this phone, you get quite a, I wouldn't say hassle. You get a very quiet and easy, quick setup. It just asks you to create an iCloud if you don't have one, and then all it asks after that is for you to select your preferences. It's nice and short. It's straight to the point. Ask for your language, then Wi-Fi, then from there everything is nice and quick, and then there you are, straight into your iPhone. Now, when we hop into downloading the tools you need, I often use Blackmagic Cam because it allows me to manipulate the video as much as I want, in terms of I get to do my own white balance, I get to choose my own focus. Not that you don't get to choose your own focus with the cinematic mode, but for me, I just prefer to use what I think is best in the focuses and the white balance as well. The white balance, Apple just gives you a stock standard white balance that just is not that great, you know. You can get by with it, but if you're in different scenarios, you're going to need to just bear with it for a while. But once you download your Blackmagic Cam, that's all you need in terms of wanting to record. The USB-C cable that they give you with the phone, it just allows you to go straight into OBS and get what you need. We also need to talk about what the native camera app has. The native camera app, when you go straight into it, it gives you an option for photographic styles. When you first set up the phone, it takes you to photographic styles. You get to choose your tone and warmth, which, I mean, it is good manipulation of what you need. It's good manipulation of just the basic normal person wanting to take a photo, but for what we need as videographers, it's nothing that satisfies us, because it only applies in the photography mode, in the photo mode, and portrait mode. It doesn't really come into effect when you're shooting video, cinematic mode, or slow-mo, or time-lapse. Because I often use the time-lapse a lot. I'm not sure if you see in my videos, but in my vlogs I use time-lapses a lot, just to show you guys how I quickly progress things around in my setups. And then I use the cinematic from time to time. I don't really like the way I don't like the background blur. It's not really satisfying in terms of what I like to use it for in terms of behind the scenes vlogs. But besides from that, the video, it's satisfactory. If you go straight to the video, it's satisfactory. I often use it when I'm just trying to quickly shoot a behind the scenes clip, you know, nothing serious. If I don't want to go into Blackmagic Cam and set it up, I just throw it into the video mode. The white balance there, as I said, the auto white balance, it's okay. It's nothing to brag about, certainly, but it's decent. I'd say it's very decent. But in general, if I was to sum up the different video modes the phone gives you, it's quite satisfactory for, like, if you're just trying to do something simple. Like, on to the second point, as you're shooting, you have something very big that you're wondering, What is the battery life? Battery life, it's satisfactory if you're shooting a 1-day vlog and you're just using it straight for vlogging. If you want to use the battery for other things, you are going to have a battle in terms of, if you're a heavy user in terms of apps, Instagram, TikTok, whatever, like, you guys are social media crazy sometimes. If you're social media crazy and you want to go on Instagram live with it for the whole day, it is going to give you an issue. But having a MagSafe battery pack does help. So I would suggest you guys invest in that. If you're trying to start your vlogging career with an iPhone 15 Pro, get a MagSafe battery pack, because it quickly attaches to the back of the phone and it gives you no issues. Now, the battery itself, I mean, I've only used it for a couple of days for a few vlogs and stuff. I think I only have like 8 or 9 cycles on. The battery life is still at 100, because I've only really had it for like a week now, and I've shot and I've had enough time over the last week just to see how I feel about it, how I think of the battery, and how I just interact with the phone in terms of battery life. And for the first week, it's just been brilliant. I will be updating you guys in a couple of months how the battery life fares with my recording, because when you see reports from other people about battery life, they use the phone for different things. This phone will majority be for, in terms of behind the scenes vlogs and the sort, for photography and videography. I won't be using it for, with the typical social media scrolling. I'm a very heavy user on the battery, so I will be updating you guys in about 6 months or so, seeing how it is, because I think I won't be getting the 16 Pro soon. I think I'm going to stick with the 15 Pro for a year or two, because I feel like, I've got people using the iPhone 12 Pro still for their video needs, so I don't see there's a trend out there, and I don't see a trend of people buying every year. I think 15 Pro, it's quite good. I would really suggest go to an Apple refurbished store, an iStore refurbished, and just get a 15 Pro once 16 Pro comes out, because you're going to get a good deal. Go to an Apple store refurbished wherever you are, whatever country you're in, go to your refurbished. Definitely don't buy secondhand from random people, because people really want to take advantage of you. So I would suggest go to an Apple refurbished store, an iStore refurbished if you're in South Africa, certified pre-owned in South Africa, and just quickly go grab a 15 Pro. The 14 Pro was good as well, but it doesn't. But on a later talking point, which is USB-C, I will be discussing why you should really invest in a 15 Pro or the normal 15. Now, onto the third talking point, the feel in the hand for photographer. I'll be quite honest, I don't really hold the phone like this specifically. I don't hold it like this, or the way, or you would hold like this towards you. I don't really hold the phone like that, because I just find it very uncomfortable. I often just throw it onto this, I assemble this, and then I just hold onto the tripod. But if you're not really looking into investing into a tripod like this, because I would say this tripod really helps, I would really suggest you get one of these grip silicone Apple cases, because they feel quite nice in the hand. But the phone itself, with its curved soft edges, because a big problem I had with the 14 and the 13 Pros was that the overall feel in the hand was a bit uncomfortable, purely because of the aluminum rails. They didn't feel comfortable. Whereas now with the 15 Pro, with the titanium and the curved and the software edges, it just feels better in the hand, and you can just simply just record, hold it for hours and hours on end. So I'd say the feel in the hand's quite decent and inspirable. So I'd say it is like, it's okay. I wouldn't say it's much. It's not much to brag about, because if you're going for something that really feels nice in the hand, I would suggest you go for a Samsung Z Flip. But that also comes with its own trade-offs, as it's Android, as the video is just nowhere near as good as the iPhone video. But like the feel in the hand is decent. It's not unbearable, but I would really suggest just get a tripod, shoot with that, because it just feels nicer. And just get one of these cheap tripods on Takealot. I'll leave the link in description of where I got this one from. But definitely invest in one of those tripods, because you don't want to be holding the phone like this hours on end. Now the fourth talking point, which is a big talking point, because this is the first generation of iPhone to actually integrate this. It's USB-C. USB-C has been a great addition in terms of video. It's the one thing as a videographer I've been praying for to happen for a couple of years. I think it's for 2 or 3 years. I've been hoping ever since I started shooting a few clips on the phone for people and for social media stuff. I've really been waiting for a USB-C iPhone purely because of I can directly record from USB-C hard drive directly. I don't need to have a middleman like I used to have a couple of other solutions, like use third-party software just to run it through that. But now that we've got USB-C, it's just so nice and good and perfect for my needs. I mean, I often have I add a sticker down here for just a little piece of press stick it onto the tripod, and then I just directly record from there. The hard drive I just use one of the nice little SanDisk USB-C hard drives. You plug it directly into the phone, go into a Blackmagic cam, and it directly does it nice and smoothly for you. Directly records into the USB-C hard drive. But a big problem that comes with that USB-C solves is that on this one I got the 128 option because I just didn't feel like if I'm going to record into a hard drive regardless, there's no point of getting a 256 or a 512 or a terabyte, because the 13 Pro I used to have was a terabyte, and I often saw that on that one I did have a need for a terabyte purely because I needed to record natively on the phone, then airdrop it. But now that I have something that directly records into a hard drive, I don't need 1 terabyte. Just get the stock standard 128 and plug the hard drive in, and then you're done. Whereas you can also now with USB-C, I will edit this in. I'll edit this clip in. You can also with USB-C plug it into your laptop, go into OBS and use it directly as an input source. So let's say I'm at a production, I'm at a live stream, and my cameras go off. You never know what issues you might have. You just plug in with the USB-C 3. Go with USB-C 3.0. It does work with 2.0, but 3.0 is preferable to keep the frame rate high. You can plug directly in. Also, if you're doing an interview, if you're doing something that requires a good camera, because we all know let's face it, we all know laptop webcams are just bad in general. I don't think there's a company that's made it. I mean, now that Apple has also integrated continuity camera requires you to have a whole different setup. What I just do whenever I have a live interview or have a meeting somewhere and I want to look as crisp as possible, I just plug it into the laptop, go into OBS, use that as my video source, and then use the iPhone. Right there. USB-C is just so good. Now, along with USB-C being a new feature, we bring in the action button. People ask, oh, action button is just something cool to brag about, something like new, and it's just another gimmick. Whereas for a videographer, I would say the action button really does bring in a new element of ease. It brings in something very nice and brand new. Now it depends what you program it to. I often program it to reduce white point when I'm in sleep mode, because at night, let's just face it, the iPhone brightness is just too high for when you're using the phone at night. Whereas if I'm on site, I just program it to this. Watch this. Then it starts recording. It takes me directly to recording. I don't need to do the long press anymore and have to switch up. No, I just hold on to it now, and then it directly records now. So with the 4 points of user friendliness, battery life, feel in hand, USB-C, and action button, you might be asking yourself, what's the fifth one? Well, the fifth one is the most obvious one, the camera. Now, iPhone camera, we all know iPhone's video in general is always leaps ahead of competition. I mean, I've used Samsung's, I've tried to replicate. It's so good. It is actually so perfect for what we need it for. I mean, iPhone video, I've never complained and I'll never complain. It's just so good. And now if you go with the 15 Pro Max, you get a 5 times optical zoom, and the zoom on the Pro Max is just so good. I have nothing in terms of what I would want to use it for, so I just got the normal Pro. But if you get the Pro Max, you get the 5 times optical zoom, and the zoom, and it's perfect. It's on to really get something that shoots nice portrait mode shots. I mean that gives you nice portrait mode shots, or a nice video in cinematic mode. Just go with the 15 Pro Max, because honestly, iPhone video has never been better. I would honestly recommend this iPhone 15 Pro to all videographers and photographers that are trying to shoot behind the scenes content and don't want to invest in a whole separate camera, because I battled with that. I wanted to get the Insta360 camera, but I decided against it because of it's just an extra thing to carry around. And I also, when I'm shooting behind the scenes vlogs, I don't want to be carrying a whole separate camera. So if I have my iPhone, which can shoot capable shots, I can easily, you carry your phone everywhere, so I can just easily grab it out of my pocket, shoot whatever I need to shoot, and then send it directly into my timeline on my MacBook Pro. So I will honestly say to you guys, this is perfect. This is perfect. This phone, I mean, I don't use it for gaming. So if you're looking for a gaming phone, I mean, if you're here for a gaming phone recommendation, you're on the wrong channel. But if you're looking for something that can just work and just shoot out the best pictures, the best videos, I would go with this. This is my recommendation. If you're looking for something and you're shopping for something, go with the iPhone 15 Pro. If you're looking for a budget-friendly option, go for a normal iPhone 15, because that as well, it just shoots perfect. It's perfect. It's nice and good. You have cinematic mode. You have all the different modes. You just don't have ProRes. Continue with the camera upgrades. It is a bit buried down in settings, but we now have a nice option to shoot our videos in ProRes log. I'm not sure if you guys can see that nicely, but you can shoot now in log, which really helps now. It really helps us in terms of not having to use the Blackmagic camera app. It really helps minimize the things you need to record the best quality you need, or use the best quality you want. It's really I would just say the iPhone has just leveled up. It's a new level this year. Even though, yes, I think it's in 3 months now, we're getting the 16 Pro. I personally, I would never shy away from the 15 Pro, especially for what the value and the overall just happiness it provides me in terms of the shots I can take with it are just beautiful. I would honestly suggest this phone to any photographer, videographer, and just say, get a 15 Pro or 15 Pro Max. Max if you're looking for a nicer zoom. If you don't really need the zoom that much, just go with the normal 15 Pro. It's almost just as good, because this phone, Apple have done something special with it. I'll be completely honest, they've done something very special with it. I mean, I do have one bad thing about the iPhone 15 Pro, I will say. Well, it's not a bad thing, but something I just have against it is the lack of the ability to shoot in 8K. It's a 48 megapixel camera, Apple. I know the file size is going to be impossible, but give us the videographers that can plug in a USB-C hard drive to shoot content in 8K, because I'll be completely honest, I want to do the most I can with this phone. I want to give the best content I can and give you guys the best quality that's possible. And Apple just need to give us the 8K. They should just give us the 8K. We just need to see what this iPhone is truly capable of. Because I mean, in the videography industry in total, there is no need for 8K, but I just want to test it out. I'm a guy that likes to test things out and see how nice they look. But that's it for today's video, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you enjoyed it. That was my 5 summary points on the iPhone 15 Pro, and my one negative at the end, or my one suggestion I'd like to see Apple bringing in the future. Just give us 8K, please, Apple. But I hope you guys thoroughly enjoy this new style of video. I'm trying to experiment with changing my styles of video, giving you guys different kinds of content. I really hope to see you guys again back on this channel. Please like and subscribe, follow my Instagram, follow my Twitter. Definitely check me out on my socials because you'll get to see a bit more of my behind the scenes stuff. And you can message me and ask me for recommendations because I'm not one to shy away from giving you recommendations. But thank you so much for watching. I hope to see you guys again on this channel. Please like, subscribe, share this to all your friends, and thank you.